The negative people. I want to thank you too for tuning in. True School Sports, the best boxing website there is in boxing.
Greatest that ever did it right here.
Let's go.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BC, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, what's my brethren in Mexico? Shout out to Mexico. Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez. That's coming up in September. That's going to be a very, very massive day for boxing. In my opinion, that to me is the fight. We look at the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight and the ripple effect it had on boxing and the pay-per-view market in boxing. I think that's the fight that could turn things around for the sport. Now, as far as this fight being done properly with the promotion and where it should be held, I gotta come out and say this, and no disrespect to anybody out there in Las Vegas. I went to Las Vegas in February. I enjoyed my time in Las Vegas very, very much. The gyms, the sites, everything. Las Vegas was great to me. But this Canelo-Gennady Golovkin fight is so much bigger than freaking Las Vegas. Now, you're looking at, the reason I'm even bringing this up in the first place is there's no set venue for it as of yet, but we're hearing different places that are thrown around. We're hearing historical venues in other sports, like we're hearing Dodger Stadium, we're hearing the Cowboys Stadium, we're hearing the Alamo Dome as potential places that are putting in bids to host Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez. And I would love and think it'd be very, very right and appropriate for boxing if they held the Gennady Golovkin Canelo Alvarez fight in one of those venues. Now, being the big baseball fan I'll love for it to be in the Dodger Stadium, especially with the Dodger Stadium is just like the backdrop of Dodger Stadium is in a very nice area, so I've liked it. I like the way Dodger Stadium looks for a Gennady Golovkin Canelo Alvarez fight. But if not that, then Cowboy Stadium for sure, because the problem with boxing in America is, okay, obviously there's been tons of great American fighters. Obviously we still have a lot of talent here, but as far as promoting the sport, I think promoters should do a piss poor job at it. And one of the reasons for that is because you only have fights in certain parts of the country. Like, you only have fights in Vegas, you only have fights in New York, sometimes in Cali for smaller shows, and then every now and then you get your one South Florida fight. But boxing does itself a huge disservice because when the big fights come around, like, for example, Mayweather-Pacquiao, that's a fight that deserved to be in a much bigger venue, but because of the Mayweather side of things and just boxing in general, they wanted to have it at the MGM Grand, which, whatever. But that's a fight that should have been at Cowboy Stadium. Now, when you look at a couple weeks ago, we had Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko over there in the UK. That was at Wembley Stadium, the biggest soccer stadium, I believe it's the biggest soccer stadium in the UK, and one of the most historical and best venues they have. And that fight didn't just bring all the hardcore boxing fans to the fight. It brought your average Joe who doesn't watch boxing every weekend to the fight, and that's what boxing needs. It needs to create fans. In order to create fans, you need to make the sport and the big fights in the sport more accessible to the fans, and you do that by holding the fights in big venues like a Cowboy Stadium, like a Dodger Stadium. So I don't know who watches these videos. I know that fighters watch videos. Even though they say they don't watch videos, they watch videos. I know promoters watch videos because they want to know what's being said about their fighters. Now, if any promoter or anybody close to Golden Boy and K2 watches this video, make the damn fight happen in Dodger Stadium or Cowboy Stadium, because you look at other sports in this country. You look at like the NBA Finals. You look at college football. You look at the NFL, especially let's talk about like the NFL and definitely college football. Like, there's big venues. They play in big venues. Every stadium at least has 70,000 seats. So obviously, when there's a big game or even a small game, you're getting a lot of people to take in the experience. And it's not so much the game itself; it's also the experience they're paying for. And if De La Hoya wants to make Canelo as big a star as possible, and he wants to make, and Tom Laughlin wants to make Gennady Golovkin as big a star as possible, this fight cannot be just held in Las Vegas. This has to be a fight that you hold in a big football stadium or somewhere like Dodger Stadium or even the Alamo Dome, because you need people that don't normally watch boxing to come to this. Why do you think the UFC has done so great with promoting their fighters like Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, John Jones, people who have become megastars in this country. It's because, well, I don't know about the venues. I don't follow UFC like that, but I'm saying the best been fighting the best constantly, and they've been able to create fans that way. But boxing has a chance to do something even greater than that, because not only can they have the best fight the best, but they can have the best fight the best in ridiculously huge venues, and they can put more asses in the seats, which really I think promoters should be focused on doing anyway. So why not have it in a Dodger Stadium where Magic Johnson's already come out and said that he's very keen on doing that? Why not have it in a Cowboys Stadium, which has already hosted a number of Manny Pacquiao fights and a Canelo fight? Canelo fought Liam Smith there. So, to the promoters out there, look, this fight is so much bigger than Vegas. I love Vegas. I know Vegas is a great experience. First of all, I haven't actually gone to a fight there, but from what I hear, it's a great experience for the fight fans, and that's cool. But do right by this fight. Give it the proper stage it deserves, and put it on a big stage. You can't have a big fight on a small stage. Pacquiao Mayweather was a massive fight. It was a Super Bowl. It was a Super Bowl caliber fight, like as far as the Super Bowl boxing, but it was put on like an NBA stage, as far as it was 20,000 seats. This fight should get the best venue possible, the biggest venue possible. And unlike Mayweather Pacquiao, you look at the styles of Canelo, you look at the styles of Golovkin. Their styles, the likelihood that this fight's gonna be boring, or that there won't be some sort of knockdown or knockout or great exchanges, is very, very, very low. This fight is probably more of a guarantee. Like, you're gonna get more action in this fight. So I'm hoping these promoters, De La Hoya, K2, everybody involved, just I don't want to be mean, but just don't have your head in your behind. Put this in Dodger Stadium. Put this in Cowboy Stadium, and give the fight the proper stage it deserves. And that's all I'm gonna say. So let me know what you guys think. Should the Canelo Golovkin fight be held in a place like Cowboy Stadium or Dodger Stadium or the Alamo Dome? These are big venues that will give this fight, which many people expect this fight to be a classic, fight of the year. It gives it its proper stage, and I think that's what boxing needs. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dean. So until next time, take care, guys.